Hi, welcome to my presentation. Today's presentation is about project management. First of all, my name is Yee Zua, along with my metric number S62865. Before I review my title of my presentation, I would like to talk about what is the definition of project. Project is an unique process consisting of a set of coordinated and controlled activities with start and finish dates, undertaken to achieve an objective conforming to specific requirements, including constraint of time, cost, and resources. About my title for my presentation today is Achieving Project Objective on Time, Cost, and Performance, the importance of planning, monitoring, controlling, and motivation. To able achieving project objectives such as time, cost, and performance, planning, controlling, monitoring, and motivations are very important. Planning, monitoring, controlling, and motivations are the topic that we are going to talk about for this presentation. First of all, we are going to talk about planning. The whole project flow starts from planning, and planning is the first step before a project is held. Planning is very important before an project starts. Planning in project management contains of small parts yet are very important, which are developing a project plan, identify the key performance indicator, and identify the project risks and challenges that could impact the project. In a project plan, it requires project scope statement, schedule, budget, and risk management plan. So as we know here, to construct or develop a project plan, it requires scope statement, schedule, budget, and risk management plan. So what is a scope statement? A scope statement is a clear definition of the boundary of a project. It contains all of the presumptions, limitations, responsibilities, specifications, deadlines, and deliverables required to ensure the project is a success. Next, scheduling. A Gantt chart is constructed to assist the planning and schedule of project. Gantt charts are especially beneficial for project visualization. It presents the activity against time. The chart also shows the time duration of a project will take. Furthermore, project budget is the total cost of the tasks, activities, and deadlines that the project needs to meet. The importance of having a project budget plan is because a crucial component of obtaining project funding helps to control the project cost and direct impact on the financial sustainability of the business. In project budget planning, there are several types of costs such as direct costs, direct project overhead costs, and general administrative overhead costs. Direct costs are the costs that are clearly chargeable to a specific work package, for example, labor fee, material, and equipment. Direct overhead costs are the costs incurred that are directly tied to the identifiable project deliverable or work package like salaries, rents, supplies, and specialized machineries. General and administrative overhead costs are the organization costs indirectly linked to a specific package that are distributed. Risk management plan. The objective of risk management plan is to identify, evaluate, and plan for the possible risks that may arise within the project management process. Contents that must include a risk management plan are risk identification and project risk assessment. A risk identification helps to identify the risks that may be associated with a new project or an existing project must be the first step to develop a risk management plan. In particular, a high risk can result in a range of unfavorable financial outcomes if risk identification isn't done and danger aren't identified in advance. So next is the key performance indicator. Key performance indicator is a relevant factor to measure project performance or the route to a project's effective conclusion. The function of key performance indicator in the project management determine the progress of the project, and project management key performance indicator reveal the weakness of the project and the potential variables that could lead to the failure. Next, potential risks and challenges. Project managers are required to identify the potential risks and challenges that could impact the project and to develop mitigation strategy for each risk. An early risk identification allows project manager to minimize negative effects on project timelines, finances, an overall result by developing method to reduce or prevent probable hazards. Projects lacking risk assessments are susceptible to unforeseen problems that could completely derail them, cause serious delays, and budget overruns. So let's talk about the challenges that may be faced. First of all will be the cost risk. Overspending on a project could negatively impact their business, where else or result in the product not being complete if funding and resources are available. Next, schedule risk leads to the possibility that project tasks and activity could take longer to accomplish than anticipate result from inadequate planning or scheduling risk. Next, moving on to monitoring, project schedule and budget. Project tasks have deadline and start date. Tracking a project's development involving keeping tabs on each task and activities inside the project, since projects may take months or even years to finish. Project managers can divide a big project into milestones to see if the project is moving forward on schedule. By keeping track of their team members' tasks, project manager may successfully manage the resources and budget. Besides that, project manager can determine whether more time or resources are needed by using project tracking. Using project tracking data, project manager can inform their stakeholders about the amount of work complete and the resources used. Moving on to monitoring, the performance of the project team was monitored using KPI, key performance indicator. In key performance indicator, there are four components, which is timeliness, budget, quality, and effectiveness. Timeliness is to make sure the completion of the project is done one time, while budget determines the total cost that required to complete the project is under the budget or is exceeding the project estimation cost. Quality, making sure that in fact of material and construction meets the quality that it was set. Effectiveness, to make sure that the project plan create is effectively planned. Next, in monitoring will be identify the stakeholders. The most important individual involved in the success of your project are most likely the project stakeholders. It's critical for a project manager to interact with the stakeholders in an efficient manner. The degree of satisfaction among stakeholders will determine if the project was successful or not. Moving on is to develop a communicating plan. Develop a plan for communicating with stakeholders about the project's progress. During a project manager communicating strategy outlines the information team members must provide to particular stakeholders as well as the channels which they will do so. A communicating plan helps team members and stakeholders understand what information they will receive and won't receive, which channel are best for communicating about the project, and who is in charge of keeping those channels up to date. Moving forward to the third important component, which is controlling. Controlling projects can be difficult because the project environment is dynamic and unpredictable and things don't always go as planned. Stakeholders' expectation and project progress are directly tied to the project control process, which involve with these five components: schedule, resources, project risk management, change control, and key performance indicator. Schedule helps to increase visibility of the project schedule. Therefore, a Gantt chart are used to view the project schedule broken down by tasks and milestones. Resources. Resources are necessary for every project, such as time, money, or project team member availability. Resources management is a critical part for the project control process because it is a chance for the project team to effectively control costs and monitor available time and material. Change control is to ensure that project team handles the change effectively because the team feel informed, involved, and validate. Key performance indicator is to evaluate the project performance in the most straightforward method. Project risk management is a vital project control to proactively recognize and stop hazard that cause project to fail. With the aid of project risk management, it helps to stop project scope creep, which can result in budget overrun and schedule delays. Moving to the last component is motivation. There are different types of motivations, which is extrinsic motivation, intrinsic motivation, and pro-social motivation. Extrinsic motivation are the motivation driven by benefits from outside sources. This can be material, like cash or grade, or they can be immaterial, like recognition or acclaim. Next is intrinsic motivation. When people are able to take initiative, believe that their work matters, and experience a sense of accomplishment from improving their ability, they are intrinsically motivated. And the last type of motivation is pro-social motivations. When you are driven by the desire to defend and assist others, then you are exhibiting pro-social motivation. To give an example, this might be the driving force behind a firefighter's decision to brave the flames in order to save victims within a flame structure. In the workplace, it could be connected to strive towards a more significant object or a social good. Next, in motivation, should develop a motivation plan. Things that should be included in the motivation plans are setting clear and achievable goals, providing feedback and recognition, creating a positive work environment, empowering team members to make decisions. Setting clear and achievable goals are very important. Therefore, teams knows their priority and has a clear goal in mind. All project goals must be SMART, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Next, providing feedback and recognition, making sure review seasons are implemented right from the start of the project. This helps the group is ready for both favorable and unfavorable comments for the duration of the project. Next, creating a positive work environment. Creating a positive work environment can be having good work-life balance, having lots of growth opportunity, a productive environment without pressure and transparent, an honest communication environment. An atmosphere that promotes help and possibility is one in which workers feel free to be who they are. A positive work environment prioritizes safety, emotional, and physical well-being. Next, empowering team members to make decisions. A group of workers has the power and duty to make decisions. This is known as team empower at work. A team with authority gathers around a leader rather than waiting for a manager to provide orders or grant requests. Even with the self-organization decision making within the self-managed team involve all team members. Empower teams are often cross-discipline and based around physical projects. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.